Hello and welcome to Wildcat Action News. I'm Finley.
And I'm Emma.
This week we're starting off with our top story. Let's send it to Charles for the story.
Hi, I'm Charles. This month, our country and community celebrate American Heart Month. This event reminds us to take care of our hearts and consider our health choices we make. Believe it or not, heart disease can happen at any age, but most of the risks are preventable. American Heart Month helps to teach us how we can keep our hearts healthy. Next week, here at Wilder-Waite, Wildcat Dens will be focusing on a heart healthy awareness with a special project. We caught up on Mrs. Rage to get more information about this upcoming project.
Can you please tell us about American Heart Awareness Month?
Sure. American Heart Awareness Month is February of every year, and I think because it's associated with Valentine's Day, but we bring awareness to women with heart disease and adults with heart disease. But something that's very special to me is Congenital Heart Defect Awareness Week, which is February 7th to the 14th, that brings awareness to infants that are born with a congenital heart defect, and that affects 1 in 100 babies. So a baby is born every 15 minutes with a congenital heart defect, and I didn't know anything about heart defects until my daughter was born.
What kind of activities are we doing for Heart Awareness Month?
So I know that the school has ordered tie blanket kits, and so the school is going to make 31 blankets and donate them to the Children's Hospital of Illinois right here in Peoria, to kids that come in that may need heart surgery, or they or need some kind of heart rehab, and then they will get a new blanket when they come in.
Thank you. Mrs. Brewer, could you tell us about the Wilder-Waite Dens?
Absolutely. In February, we will be doing our dens on Tuesday, February 14th. So tomorrow, if you're watching the Wildcat Action News on Monday, the focus of this den is really, we're going to call it Talk and Tie. And we're going to be making blankets that we will be donating to the Children's Hospital at OSF, to the patients who have congenital heart defects that are maybe in the hospital, getting those taken care of. And we've got a great connection with Mrs. Rage, our speech therapist right now. She's got us connected with the hospital. So when you have dens, again, sometimes we have lots of activities and things for you to complete, but this time really is time that we can get to know each other, do a little talking, maybe have a little music in the background, and then we'll have these blankets that will be cut and prepared, and everybody will just take turns tying them and getting them ready for our donation. And I imagine that our 4th and 5th graders will be good models and mentors and help maybe our younger students get those ties all figured out. And then we'll look forward to making that donation to our community. Of course, we always want to support the work of Project Impact each month to support something in our community, and I believe this will be a great cause and activity.
Thank you.
Being safe is one of our Wilder-Waite goals, and there's no better way to do that than to keep our bodies healthy. While we usually think of hearts on Valentine's Day, the hearts this February can also be a reminder that practicing habits is a good way to keep our hearts in good shape and a great way to stay healthy. For Wildcat Action News, I'm Charles. Let's send it back up to the newsroom.
Let's go to Carson and Sophie for this week's Stat Spotlight.
Hello, I'm Sophie, and I'm here with Carson, and today we're interviewing Mr. Bridgman for this week's Staff Spotlight.
How long have you been working here?
I've been with the district for 10 years, but I'm in my 9th year at Wilder-Waite.
What do you like most about working here?
Honestly, the kids. I love seeing the kids every day, and my staff. I love my staff. I'm a people person, so I like to visit and hang out and have a good time, but I love the kids. I've had a lot of fun over the years getting to know the kids, and I got a bunch of little babies that I love.
What is your favorite book to read?
Well, as much as I hate to say it, I'm not a book reader. I've never really read a lot of books. I like movies. I just like to watch good movies.
What is your favorite food to eat?
Ooh, by far, steak. I like chicken wings, but by far, steak. I could eat that every day.
What is your favorite hobby?
Well, most of you probably know it's hunting and fishing, primarily hunting, but pretty much anything outdoors.
Where do you like to go on vacation?
Well, I'm not much of a traveler. Usually I like to go on a duck hunt somewhere, go out of state on a duck or goose hunt, but last year I went to the ocean for the first time ever in Virginia Beach, and I could see that. I could start doing that, I think. That was pretty cool.
Do you have a favorite teacher?
Oh, most definitely. My favorite teacher by far is... And that's why it's my favorite teacher.
Thank you, Mr. Bridgman, for joining us and telling us about yourself.
You're welcome, guys. Thank you.
Let's send it back up to the newsroom.
We're going to check in with our Wilder-Waite current events team. Let's set it to 5p with the story.
Hello Wildcats, and welcome back to the new edition of Current Events. My name is Sophia.
My name is Andrew.
Reporting to you on your Newscast. Today we will be talking about Black History Month. Black History Month is meant to celebrate the role of African Americans and their role in U.S. history.
Black History Month first started in the year 1915. That September, a past student from Harvard and then a historian, a person who studies and writes down history, Carter G. Woodson, now known as the father of Black history, and Minister Jesse E. Moreland, created SASNLH, a group meant for studying and making sure of famous achievements by Black Americans and other people of African origin would be recognized and honored.
A few years later, in 1926, the group made a National African American Week, actually in the second week of February, between the birthdays of Abraham Lincoln and Frederick Douglass.
This amazing event inspired in schools and other places across the country to hold local celebrations and make history clubs, and hold shows and speeches. Everyone was happy. It started a healthy effort. Few people had really studied about Black history, so this really started to fuel the idea.
In the years that followed, mayors across the country began to recognize Black History Week. By the time Carter Woodson died in 1950, Black History Month became important to the lives of African Americans. In the 1960s, Black History Week began to grow even more because of the civil rights people across the town, cities, and even different states.
In 1976, President Gerald Ford made Black History Week real. However, he changed it to Black History Month like it is today. He said to all the people to honor the great things African Americans have done, which back then most people didn't acknowledge. This included famous civil rights people Martin Luther King and Rosa Parks. Soon after, Canada made Black History Month official in their country. This would later be made official by England and Ireland.
Every U.S. president since 1976 has made February Black History Month and introduced a theme or main idea.
This year's theme is Black Resistance, and it explores how African Americans have fought for their rights against unfair and unjust things over history.
Everyone can celebrate Black History Month. You could celebrate it by watching a certain movie, read a book, or learn more about famous African Americans.
The main thing, however, is just to think about how African Americans have shaped our nation and to honor their great achievements. Last of all, the group is now known as ASALH and is still studying and remembering the great achievements of African Americans.
There's a lot of cool stuff out there about Black History Month.
But for now, that's all we got.
I say we finish it up now.
Let's
send it back up to the newsroom.
We'll be right back after this short commercial break.
Hi, this is Ashton with the Ashton Shopping Network. We don't have a special deal today. It's a totally normal deal. It's mosquito bite cream that attracts mosquitoes. Are you sick and tired of not getting mosquito bites? Then get this deal just for you. This cream can be yours for 2 easy payments of $24.99. And remember, just like all of our fabulous products, no returns. Side effects may include nausea, itchiness, and in extremely rare instances, turning into a mosquito. I love mosquitoes. Ow, ow, ow.
Order your mosquito attraction spray today.
Let's take a look at this week's lunch menu.
Who are you? Are you kidding me? I'm the infamous Cupid. Well, have you heard the results for the Super Bowl? Yeah, it was such a good game. I know. But let's check out the lunch menu.
It looks like on Monday we're having chicken patty. Tuesday is chicken and noodles. Wednesday is homemade beef chili. Thursday is chicken nuggies. Friday is Bosco sticks.
Hey, Braden, did you know that it's almost Valentine's Day? How did you know my name? But yeah, I did. And the Super Bowl just happened, and it was awesome. Okay, but what about Valentine's Day? I mean, I made a chocolate cake to celebrate. Wait, how long have you been cooking it for? I have no idea.
Happy Valentine's Day!
It's time for this week's quick quiz. Can you get the answer?
It's time for this week's joke of the week.
What did the boy snail say to the girl snail? Will you be my balance line?
That's all the time we have for this week. Happy Valentine's Day.
See you next time on Wildcat Action News.
Why are you clicking the camera button?
Ending. Take one shoulder.
In the years that followed,
Yeah, redo that.
Hi, I'm Charles. This month, our country and community.
He hit the wrong email.
When the person